Are we actually going to see tariffs? Are we going to see tariffs that really hurt the European? Or is this just President Trump trying to talk to his base? He's getting an agreement with China, so he needs to be seen as the strong man, the fighting president.
I think he's been underappreciated in the past, so I don't think it's safe to say we're not going to see this. Maybe the more relevant issue here is whether the market was already expecting, at least partially, something like this, and that's why you're not seeing a mini panic taking place. And our estimates actually from a mini framework that we built in terms of trying to extract the trade discount out of different assets around the world had shown something very interesting over the last 2 months, which was that there was a dislocation. Most of the trade discount was actually showing up in European assets, and in particular European stock markets, as opposed to the US or Asian stock markets, which in a way told you that the market was expecting something. You know, once the US-China tension was easing off, they were going to likely turn, towards Europe. So I think that's the general setup. The other factor is that, they've actually signaled directly that they're going to wait for WTO to actually tell us whether this is in play or not, and that takes us to the summer. So the market has other concerns for the immediate future right about now. I mean, it's worth for us to obviously start thinking about it, but it's not today.
Can the EU actually retaliate?
Well, they can.
And make a difference.
First of all, we're talking about 11 billion. Okay, so the signal politically is a bad one. The amount of money on the table is not extraordinary. They certainly can retaliate. They've done it in the past, targeting specifically goods where there was a political salience. So they can. The timing is a bit off from the European side. European election coming, the European Commission on its way out. Today, actually, the Europeans are meeting with the Chinese to talk about trade. So the timing is a bit off. But certainly there is a possibility to retaliate here. And I think from the European side, as Yianos suggested before, they knew that something was coming. This has been cooking for 14 years, this WTO Airbus ruling. Looking at the money on the table maybe is not as bad as some people expected in Brussels.
Wolfango, if we have a new mercantilism from President Trump, who is the biggest loser?
Wow, that's a tough question. I think here, the European Union, potentially, I would say. The Chinese, they always have a better ability, in my view, to deal with this for a variety of reasons. So the EU here potentially is the one that's got the most to lose.